Ladies and gentlemen, this man that you're looking at on the screen, I've actually seen him before. This is Michael Mulgrew, and he's the president of the Teachers Union in New York City. Well, they're not happy about returning back to school, and they are ready to dig in for the fight. Now, here in the Northeast, school normally don't start until September. And in New York, they are set to start school in, I believe, September 10th. And he's like, oh, hell no. Hell no. So this came out on NPR. New York City teacher unions prepared to strike if safety demands are not met. This is August 19th, 2020. New York City's largest school district in the country with 1.1 million students is also the only big city school district planning to open its doors to students abate on a hybrid schedule with virtual learning on time this fall. But in a press conference Wednesday, the president of the city's largest teachers union said the mayor needs to make major changes to meet the union's criteria for safety reopening. We don't believe it's possible for schools to open on September 10th, said Michael Mulgrew, president of the United Federation of Teachers, whose members include about 75,000 of the city's teachers as well as other staff. If schools do open, he warned, it might be one of the biggest debacles in the history of the city. Once an epicenter of the pandemic, New York City cases have remained low since the beginning of June, and fewer than 1% of coronavirus tests have been coming back positive in recent days. Public health experts, including some who appeared at the UFT's press conference, have affirmed that community spread is low enough in the region to match countries in Europe and Asia, where schools have reopened with hygiene and social distancing in place without sparring coronavirus spikes. So they're saying they're not seeing spikes. But we know that will all change if that happens here. It is a huge difference between what's going on in other countries and what's going on here. It's a big difference. However, a growing chorus of voices, including the city's principal union, have been asking for a delay because of basic but vital questions about reopening, repairing the building's ventilation, the availability of personal protective equipment and cleaning supplies, staffing, and other issues. Okay. Today's press conference, the UFT reiterated these concerns. They said that a task force of over 100 union members would be personally visiting schools to check on stockpiles of supplies, entry and exit procedures, and other items on a 3-page safety checklist sent out during the press conference. Mulgrew also called for testing all students and staff no more than 10 days before the start of school. Those who test positive for antibodies could be presumed to have some continuing immunity, he said, while others would need to be retested regularly. Wow, I could see that being very expensive. Finally, Mulgrew wants to see enhanced contact tracing, such that members of the school community could be reached and told to quarantine within 24 hours of a positive test result. Los Angeles Unified, the nation's second largest district, yes, they plan on testing 600,000 students and staff in Los Angeles. I did read about that, which is starting the school year remotely, announced a pilot plan earlier this week to test all students and provide contact tracing using its own staff. If these demands are not met and school buildings open on September 10th, Mulgrew said, the union is prepared to go to court and or go on strike if we need to. In New York State, the Taylor law means stiff penalty for public employees who strike. Union receiving penalties, I go to jail. All of that, Mulgrew said. We'll do we'll do it if we have to. Okay. So, look like New York City could possibly be striking this year. I don't think these teachers want to go back to work anyway. Just from what I'm reading online, many of them are deeply opposed, especially in states that are considered hot spots. They are opposed to these schools opening. In Arizona, the teachers have called out. They didn't even start school this past Monday because of all the call out. And in fact, I was reading yesterday, they are urging other school districts around the country to do the same thing, call out. If everybody call out in high numbers, they're going to have to cancel school. So no matter how you look at it, it's a big mess. I know in Georgia, the kids are getting it left and right. And it is just so many things going on in this country. It's not even funny. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about what New York is proposing, going on strike. If, these safety things are not in place before kids and staff and teachers show up, and he wants everybody tested. Everybody to be tested, the children and anybody that's entering that building. So, what do you think about that? Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. I still say these people need to just go virtual. This is not going to be a good thing. Peace, family.